Hi, it's Ed with Free Circle. Hope you're having a good day. Today we're going to talk about that love, that four-letter word love. You know, a lot of people don't even understand what love truly is. And it's complicated. Love is a complicated subject. And love is always going to be that four-letter word. And you can take that how you will, but let's dig into it a little bit. There's different kinds of love. There's the love that I love my wife. There's no kind of love beyond that besides the love of your maker, the Lord. So those are the two greatest loves in my life. And then the things that I love to do. Anytime you deal with love, it seems like it's a hard thing. It's that other four-letter word type of situation. That one that we try not to use at all. However, love will make you feel that way at times. And we have to deal with that sort of feeling when we love to do things. You know, a lot of times we love to do things and we can't even do them because it's beyond our means, or we don't have the way to do it. So even though you love to do something, doesn't mean you get to do it. So that's another one of those four-letter word moments, but the other type of four-letter words. So when you love to do something and you're able to do it and you can do it, you should do it. I was just watching or listening to at Fireman Rich over on another show here on Dialogue, getdialogue.am. But Fireman Rich was just talking about an audio month. He's doing an audio month. Great idea. I kind of really like that. You know, it puts a challenge to you. It makes you overcome your fears, your moods, what the day throws at you, and to get on and do an audio and to maintain and to have a upbeat spirit, it's not always easy to do. And I got to hand it to Fireman Rich. I always liked the upbeat, uplifted attitude of at Fireman Rich. And these are the type of broadcasts that entertain people. They make people engrossed in what he's saying. So these are the type of broadcasters I like here on Dialogue. You know, we have a special little thing going over here at Dialogue, and there are certain individuals on that are continually broadcasting. Excuse me. And most of these individuals are always spot on with their content. You know, you're doing live content and it's hard to maintain a professionalism throughout the whole broadcast. It's not easy. So, you know, Fireman Rich, he does a wonderful job. Another one I really enjoy is Edwin Frando. He's the Business Leadership Podcast, and he brings on some very interesting guests, and the conversation that gets flowing in those chats are just awesome. So if you're listening to me from someplace else on this great big internet, this audio is generated at getdialogue.am, and there are a lot of fabulous people that are doing fabulous things over here, and there's a lot of great audio content to engross yourself in. Another good one, Craig Allen and Ty O'Keefe. They're separate shows, but they're like a dynamic duo together, and they're continually enhancing each other's show, and it's a wonderful thing. Very good if you're into MMA and you like the commentary on it. Those two are great shows. It's the Ty O'Keefe show and the Craig Allen show. And they're both over here at getdialogue.am also. So when you love to do something, it can be nasty at times, but these people over here, they love to do it. Another great one is the Business of Cannabis. They are talking about the Canadian cannabis business. As we all know, we should all know by now that Canada legalized over the whole country. The whole country just legalized marijuana, cannabis, and they discuss the business aspect of cannabis and the growth rate of it. So this is one of the things I love to do, is just kind of keep my mind occupied when I am not doing things and I don't have a lot to do. I have to keep my mind occupied, and I find listening to podcasting or live audio broadcasts, this is a lot like talk radio to me. And the more times I can come on here and see somebody live, I love to just sit back in the background and listen to these people, because it's so informative. And a lot of them, they entice you to come in and participate. And, that's a great thing to do. So, yeah, as the platform grows over here at Dialogue, you're finding more and more content that is absorbing. So I find myself with the headphones on and the phone in the back pocket, and I listen to either podcast or Dialogue. And yes, I know I usually do a monologue, but the point is dialogue, and that's the great thing about it. You can have your monologue on Dialogue, and I enjoy that feature of it, because a lot of the times people don't want to interact. They don't want to talk. They just want to listen and learn and absorb what's being said. And I find myself being an observer a lot of the time. I like to learn people. I like to understand who they are, what they are. And yeah, so I find myself, whenever I get a few minutes, I see if somebody's live on Dialogue. And if not, I try to pull one of the more interesting things up and start listening to the different things. So as we get different people coming on. Another one I want to mention is Greta Van Susteren. You know, you've got Greta. She comes on once in a while, and she does insight from a perspective that is, a little more inside the news realm. So the insight and perspective, I like to listen to that from Greta, because she's able to get over and get her boots on the ground and actually see what's happening. And, I used to listen to Greta quite a bit, several times. And now she's on Dialogue once in a while, and she brings excellent content, and it's a natural flow. She's an interesting, and she likes to interact with people. When she was on television, that was hard to see in Greta, but when you come over and you see her on Dialogue, she just loves to interact, and it's a good thing. So when you love to do something, it can be a 4-letter word, and it's hard sometimes to maintain and keep positivity about you, and because the world throws so much at you. And when we have people throwing negativity at you, it's hard to stay positive. And when you're trying to share news and opinion with people, some people can be pretty bitter. So that thing that you love can also be very discouraging and heartbreaking. So, yeah, I just encourage people to start listening to people a little bit and share people. Understand we all live on this big marble together, and every once in a while we are going to have to interact with people, and civility is the key. So this is the good thing about Dialogue. It gives people the chance to come over, interact, or just listen. Share your content, your vision, your hopes, your ideas, your experiences. And that's the beauty of it all. And that's why I love doing audio. I did not realize I loved doing audio, but yes, this is one of the things that I love in life, and I'm going to continue to build my ability, and I hope to be here for quite a while. That's the beauty of it. When you love to do something, it's not always easy. So I want to thank Dialogue. I want to thank the people of Dialogue. There's a lot of people that made Dialogue happen, and it's a fascinating platform. It just keeps on getting better. So Rome wasn't built overnight. So once we can get more people talking to people, I think the world's going to get a little better. Instead of fighting, let's start talking. Ed, Free Circle, out.